Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So today I'm giving you a 1-month update on the performance of the brand new C6 Ceramics Hydro Ceramic Coating. Now this was applied on April 16. I was here with Ivan LaCroix, the owner of C6 Ceramics. You guys can go check out the video if you want to see all the prep steps, the polishing, the application of the coating itself. The results were outstanding. And today we're just over a month later. We are now May 17. And so what I wanted to do is a month later verify how the coating is doing, show you the hydrophobic properties in person, of course. So the vehicle has been washed only once. So I waited 2 weeks after we applied the coating before washing the vehicle first time. So in this whole month since the coating was applied, the vehicle was only washed once, which is contrary to my typical behavior, right? I like to wash my cars twice weekly, but you have to wait at least 7 days after the coating application before you wash your car. I waited a full 2 weeks just to make sure. I prefer being safer than sorry, right? And so yeah, it's been decent weather out there, not a lot of inclement weather, just a bit of rainy days. And by the way, this coating, when I was driving in the rain, was nuts. We applied it to pretty much all the exterior surfaces. So the paint, the wheels, the trim, also glass and the windshield. And I could tell when driving in the rain, the water was just flying off. That was super nice. So no need to use wipers as much because the hydrophobic properties really evacuate the water at a high rate. And by the way, in their Pro line, they have this one here. This is the Hydro. So this one here focuses more on hydrophobic properties, but the gloss is also insane. And they also have the Diamond Gloss, which focuses a bit more on gloss, but the hydrophobics on that one are also very good. They're 2 lifetime coatings. I will be answering a bunch of questions that you guys had in the previous video, by the way, concerning Hydro, because this can only be had if you have an authorized dealer for C6 Ceramics apply this. But my viewers can purchase the Hydrolite. So that's the consumer version. It's still a 6-year coating, so not lifetime like the full Hydro. However, you're still getting the same performance, the same gloss, the same hydrophobic properties, the same pH 2 to 13 chemical resistance, and all the attributes, UV protection, gloss, slickness, you name it, but in an easier to apply format, of course, and that you guys can purchase. By the way, quick disclaimer, this is not a sponsored video. Nobody paid for this video. I'll include the links to all the tools, products, and equipment in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I'm going to first start by showing you the hydrophobic properties before I wash the car, because one thing I noticed is that it looks clean, right? Because, well, that's what that coating does. The self-cleaning properties on the C6 Hydro so far have been nothing short of outstanding. So self-cleaning, as you guys know, doesn't mean that the car cleans itself. It just means that the vehicle stays cleaner for longer, but also is much easier to clean during your maintenance washes. So I'm going to show you the hydrophobic properties before we go ahead and clean the car. But to give you a rough idea, here's what the car looks like now. So if I do a quick walk around, you're going to see that the wheels and tires, that's where you see the dirt, because it's a lighter colored vehicle, so it might not look dusty or dirty, but it actually is. So yeah, this coating really prevented the whole thing from looking nasty. It still looks glossy even though it's dirty. Yeah, the steel brakes on this one, I miss my my carbon brakes on the 911 Turbo S. Those would not generate any brake dust. This was not an option yet on the Cayenne S 2024 Coupe. So I kind of missed those. The Porsche carbon ceramic brakes, those are awesome. No brake dust, but hey, it is what it is. So lots of brake dust on this one that accumulates. So eventually you can use an iron remover. But today, all we're going to need to do for maintenance is I'm going to use my trusted CarPro Reset. This is my favorite shampoo to take care of ceramic coated vehicles. It's pH neutral, but yet strong enough to remove a bit of that accumulated road film on the vehicle, and also to clean the wheels. People often ask me, what do you use? Well, yeah, you can use a wheel and tire cleaner. That's good. But to wash the wheel itself, when they're ceramic coated, all you need is something like this. So CarPro Reset, because they are coated, I like to use this on any coated aspect of the vehicle. So we're going to also answer other questions that people had about the coatings towards the end of the video. And of course, I'm going to show you the final results. So we're going to see the hydrophobic properties first on dirty surfaces. I'm going to wash the car. I'm going to show you the hydrophobic properties after everything is cleaned. Hopefully it's still surviving. This is supposed to be a lifetime coating, so I'm expecting a lot of great things out of this. Of course, you're going to follow it through its paces on this channel in the following years. Let's go ahead. Let me show you the hydrophobic properties on the dirty portions first. All right, let's start with the hood first so you guys can see a flat panel. Wow, look at how quickly that water evacuates. The water beads, even on top of the dirt, are round and tight. When I say this is some of the best hydrophobic properties that I've seen of any coating I've tested so far in my life, this is actually the #1 right now for hydrophobic properties. This looks insane. So let's have a look at the windshield. The water is just dancing off the surface. Insane. All right, let's have a look at the water behavior on the dirty door, so a vertical panel. Yeah. So as you guys can tell, even on dirt, absolutely amazing. Let's have a look at the wheels now. All right, so let's give these wheels a shot. So even on dirty wheels, of course, these are not caked with mud and all that kind of stuff, but you get the gist. Just one cleaning in a month, and look at the hydrophobic properties. Very, very good. So even on dirty surfaces, it's performing quite well. So now let me wash the entire vehicle and we'll come back with the hydrophobic properties, the aftershots, and answer some Q&A. Okay guys, so I finished washing the entire vehicle. Now we're gonna have a look at the hydrophobic properties when the car is clean. Check this out, mind-boggling hydrophobic properties. Insane. The water quickly sheets off where it needs to, and the water droplets or the water beads are very round, very tight. Let's do that once again. So these are the water droplets. These are as perfect and as round. They look like jewels. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And just to give you an idea, let me apply some soap on here, and you're going to see, hopefully on camera, how quickly the coating fights that soap off. So you also have an idea. So see how it's breaking through there and here, and look at that. It's just rejecting. Even the soap is sheeting off. Look at that. Insane. So let's rinse that off. All right, same test on a vertical panel that's now clean. Let's have a look at the hydrophobics. The water's just dancing off the surface. Lots of quick sheeting. There's not many beads left, and whatever is left for water beads, super round, super tight. Let's do that once again. Let me bring you in closer. So on the vertical surfaces as well, whatever water beads there are, very round, very tight, but lots of quick sheeting. This makes for a very easy and quick drying of the vehicle. So let's do the same test by applying shampoo or CarPro Reset on the surface. Already you can tell it's fighting the soap off. Look at that, it's just breaking through it. And all that soap, that slipperiness, is going to the ground now. So look at that, there's almost no soap left already. Insane. Let's rinse that off. And now for the windshield. Let's have a closer look. So very tight, round water beads, lots of quick sheeting, so aggressive water contact angle. It's awesome when you drive in rainy conditions. Water just flies off with the help of the wind. And now for the wheels. So same thing across the board, very round and tight water beads, very quick sheeting. So if we have a closer look, very tight and round water beads, even in the harsher environment that are these wheels. Brake dust was super easy to remove. Just a regular wheel and tire cleaner, or even in this case, just CarPro Reset, so a good car soap is enough for the maintenance. And every other month, perhaps, a little bit of iron remover to remove accumulated brake dust, but that's it. Even inside the wheel barrels, look at those tight round water beads. Oh my God, this makes cleaning these wheels a breeze. By the way, for anybody with steel rotors, this is normal. This is what we call flash rust when you're done washing your car. As soon as you brake the first time, it's gonna help remove that. Or to help prevent that, when you're done with your final rinsing, you can use something like this. This is Hyde's Serum Rust Stopper. Spray on the discs, and that is it. And that's going to prevent the flash rust. But if you get that, note that it's totally normal. All right, guys, time to see the final results and, of course, get my final thoughts as well on the coating so far after a month. So let's have a look at the vehicle. It is very glossy, very, very shiny. There's no doubt about it. The color is called chalk, by the way, so it's not a silver, not a beige, but kind of a mix in between. It's an optional color over at Porsche. It looks so much better in person. The camera doesn't do it justice, but I know the majority of you really enjoyed the way it looks. So yeah, just glossy. The slickness is absolutely amazing. The mitt would just glide on the surface. And of course, as you saw on camera, the hydrophobics are second to none. Currently, I would go as far as saying these are the best hydrophobic properties I have ever seen from any coating that I have personally tested over the years. Yeah, it's tremendous. Now on this vehicle, it was the C6 Ceramics Hydro that was applied. So they have two professional coatings in their lineup. So the C6 Hydro and the C6 Diamond Gloss. But note that you guys, you can have that applied by a professional certified C6 Ceramics installer if you want to have it done by a professional, but you can't buy these online. However, you can buy the version for consumers, and it's called C6 Hydrolite. I'll leave a link in the description under the video. Regardless of what country you're in, you should be able to get your hands on it. According to Ivan, it's basically the same performance, so you're getting the same gloss, the same hydrophobic properties, the same slickness, the same chemical resistance, pH 2 to pH 13. The only differences are slightly less detonated nano diamonds or refined detonated nano diamonds inside the light version. That doesn't change much. And also they changed a bit of the carrier fluids, I think, or the transfer solution to be a little more forgiving. So it's even easier on the application. And it's a 6-year durability, but like Ivan says, says you most likely, if you properly maintain it, will see perhaps longer than that. Time will tell. But Hydrolite is not a dumbed down, diluted version by any means. It has the same great technologies. So silicon nitride, there's SiO2, there's refined detonated nanodiamonds inside there. There's a bunch of different textures. There's polysilazane as well. There's like 5 different chemicals. I have a video, by the way, I'll leave it linked in the description, where we do a deeper dive on the chemistry behind this coating. By the way, 100% made in the USA for C6 ceramics. Same for DIY detail products. They're made in the USA. So yeah, great chemist behind it. What else can I say about the Hydro and also Hydrolite? You're going to see Hydrolite probably featured in future videos to come. It's basically the same prep and application. So you're going to wash your vehicle, decontaminate, so iron removers, clay if it needs it. You're going to machine polish the surface. If you're using the DIY detail gold standard polish and you're wiping it off when you're done with the DIY detail rinseless wash, there's no need for a panel prep after that step. It leaves no oils or fillers behind. For any other polishes or compounds from other brands, make sure after you're done machine polishing and buffing off, use a panel prep like the DIY panel prep to remove any of those polishing oils and fillers. Then you would apply the app, so the adhesion promoter polish. So you're going to apply that. You're going to see the video. By the way, we showed how we applied it. Very simple. You're basically laying it down on the surface. You can wipe off. You can coat immediately after the app, APP, from C6 Ceramics, or up to 48 hours. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of headroom inside there for you to apply the coating when you want. Some questions that popped up. Can you use app with other brand coatings? Ivan says yes, absolutely. So it's not only going to promote a better adhesion of the coating on the surface to probably increase or at least reach a maximum durability with the coating, but it should increase gloss as well. It's leaving the pores in an open state, ready to receive the coating, and so there's a better bond there. So yes, you can use app regardless of which coating you're applying afterwards. And once you're done applying and buffing off app, there's no need for a panel prep at that point. You can go directly, actually you should go directly to applying the ceramic coating. So that's another step that you save. I think that was pretty awesome. And can you apply the C6 coatings on matte surfaces? So matte paint, matte PPF. The answer is yes, except you would not use the app in this case because you'd be boosting gloss a bit with that. So when you're done doing all your decon steps for the matte surfaces, you would use a panel prep like the DIY detail panel prep. So isopropyl alcohol based with a bit of surfactants in the case of the DIY detail. Not all panel preps are made the same. So that one's going to fully strip the surface of any oils, and then you go straight to applying the coating. So no app in the case of matte surfaces. So you can apply it, the C6 coatings on basically all exterior surfaces, paint, wheels, plastics, headlights, taillights, even glass, and also matte surfaces, matte PPF, matte paint. And yes, as I said, you can apply the C6 ceramics on PPF. The same applies, by the way, to the DIY detail coatings, the 3-year, the 5-year, and the 8-year. It can be applied both on paint and on matte PPF and matte paint as well, or glossy PPF, whatever you guys have out there. They're fully compatible. And so yeah, if you're applying on matte surfaces, just don't use the app before applying the coating. You use the paint prep spray. So like I said, again, the DIY detail paint prep or your favorite paint prep spray ideally. Like Ivan often recommends, use the panel prep from the specific brand of the coating that you're using. If you're applying a CarPro coating, use CarPro Eraser as your panel prep. If you're applying a Geon coating, use Geon Prep as the panel prep. If you're applying a DIY coating or C6 ceramics coating, you can use the DIY detail panel prep in that case. But again, if you're applying on a glossy paint, there is no need for a panel prep. If you're using the DIY gold standard polish, you can go straight to using the app. The app is mandatory, by the way, with the C6 ceramics. So that's one way you're going to reach the maximum adhesion and bonding, but also for maximum durability and performance. So it's not a step that you want to skip. So you'd apply the app, buff it off, and at that point, no panel prep, just go straight to applying the coating. If you want to see all of that in action, I have a video linked in the description where we showed the application. It is so simple. And the C6 Ceramics Hydrolite, the one that you guys can purchase as consumers, is even easier. And at least, well, you can buy it and apply it. So I'll be testing that too. But yeah, the hydrophobic properties, second to none. It looks insane as I'm looking at it. The gloss is nuts. Everywhere I'm going on the streets, it's a head turner for sure. And as I noticed during this month, it was only washed once. And even at that, I went through a couple of rainstorms, just the usual daily driving. And although the car was dirty technically, especially if you could see the wheels, well, it looked still very glossy and you still had that hydrophobic property. So you still get the hydrophobics on top of the dirt layer. Typically, you'd see water kind of pooling up until you do the contact wash on ceramic coatings to remove a bit of that road film and grime, and then you restore the hydrophobics. But in this case, as you guys saw, even on dirty paint, it was insane. Again, the best hydrophobics I've seen of any coating I've ever tested. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way. Nobody paid for this video. This is my honest opinion, and I'm looking forward to the future tests with it over the coming months. Same thing with the Hydrolite, because I'm told, again, it's the same level of performance. Instead of being a lifetime coating like the Hydrolite is a 6-year coating, but I guess that's more semantics than anything. We're expecting performance through all of those years, and of course, you're going to see this on this channel because I'm going to be following the daily driver behind me and other cars on which I'm applying light as well. So stay tuned for some more awesome content. If you want to purchase the C6 Hydrolite, I'm leaving links in the description under the video and other tools, equipment, and all the stuff that you guys might need to apply this. So check them out. And I hope you appreciated this video. If there's any other coatings that you want me to test, because there's always new ones popping up left and right, but if I see a lot coming through popular demand, if the same coating is requested often and often by my viewers, well, I'm going to do a video because I know it's something that you guys want to see, and I like to give you guys what you guys are asking for, as you guys know. Again, I want to thank you. We surpassed way over 1 million subscribers at this point. We celebrated that on April 30th, 2024, 8 years after I started my channel. You guys made this one of the top detailing channels in the world on YouTube, and I have you to thank for. I'm so happy. A crazy milestone, over 140 million views at this point as well. So it shows that there is a lot of demand from people out there who want to learn about detailing. We're passionate about keeping our cars mean and clean. So for your neighbors who don't understand you spending hours keeping your ride clean, well, note that at least on this channel, we have a community. It's a safe haven for people to share their hobbies, their thoughts, their opinions, and everything about car detailing. So you can always drop comments in the comment section. If you have questions, by the way, for Ivan over at C6, you can drop them as well. I know he reads the comments and tries to reply as well if there's any technical aspects. So yeah, again, I'm looking forward to future tests. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss future videos. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you all on the next one.